Gentlemen, we're going to do a little arithmetic and geometric sequence practice here. So this is from last night's homework, if you have that. The first thing we're going to do is distinguish between arithmetic and geometric sequences. So an arithmetic sequence is one where they add the same number over and over again. So this problem, that would be 2, they subtracted 7 to get to -5. They subtracted 7, they subtracted 7, they subtracted 7. So this is an arithmetic sequence. And I know that because the common difference is -7. They added -7 over and over again. Second one, you added 2.5. You added 2.5. You added 2.5. You added 2.5. So this one is also arithmetic, and the common difference is 2.5. Here we subtracted 5. We subtracted 5. We subtracted 2. So now it's not arithmetic. This is neither. It's not multiplication either, so it's not a geometric sequence. A geometric sequence is when you multiply by the same thing over and over again. So if you look at this one, they added 2, added 2, added 2, added 2. This is not geometric. This is also arithmetic. And it's arithmetic because they added the same thing over and over again. Number 2, we multiplied by 2. We multiplied by 2. 20 times 2 is 40. 40 times 2 is 80. So if you multiply, this is geometric. It's geometric because they multiplied by the same thing every time. And normally we talk about the rate, the common ratio rather, and that is 2. So this is geometric and the ratio is 2. So if I say write a rule for an arithmetic sequence, you need to know that an arithmetic sequence is always going to look like this. You have a sub n, so the nth term, the one you want to figure out, is the first term plus the common difference, and you always have n minus 1 to kind of offset the fact that you don't want to do the common difference to the very first number. So I need to figure out the first term. The first term is -4, and I need to figure out the common difference. From -4 to 2, they added 6, they added 6, they added 6, they added 6, so the common difference is 6. Then I can write my equation. A sub n is -4 plus 6 times n minus 1. So there's the first part. This is the nth term. If I want a sub 10, then I need to plug in 10. So -4 plus 6 times 10 minus 1. That would be -4 plus 6 times 9. -4 plus 54. A sub 10 is 50. And you can do that a couple other ways. You can use a table on your calculator, or you can just plug in 10 and you can type it in your calculator. But either way, you're going to need to get 50 for the 10th term. That's an arithmetic sequence. If it's a this is another arithmetic sequence problem, I'm sorry, but for this problem, we don't get a sub 1. So if you're going to write the formula, a sub n, you need a sub 1 plus the common difference. Well, I don't have a sub 1 or the common difference, so what I'm going to do is kind of think about this problem and see if I can fill in some blanks. Every one of these you can do a little bit differently. These guys are so close that what I'm going to do is just kind of guess my way through it. This is 6 and this is 7. So what you need to figure out is how many jumps it's going to take to get from 6 to 7. How many times you're going to have to apply the common difference. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the easy way to do that is to just look. If you're at the 16th term and you want to get to the 20th term, you have to use 4 common differences. So how much distance did we cover? We went from 7 to 6, so I'll use the slope formula. 7 minus 6, 20 minus 16. This is 1 over 4. That means that each common difference is 0.25. So this would be 6.25, this would be 6.5, this would be 6.75. And then you add 2.25 more, and you get 7. So I feel good about those terms. I know the common difference. This is 0.25. But I still don't know the original term, a sub 1. So you could work backwards. You could subtract 0.25, but if you make sense of how many times you're going to subtract 0.25, it's easy. This is the 16th term, which means I have to subtract 0.25 15 times. So I'm going to do 6 minus, to find a sub 1, I'm going to start at 6, and I'm going to subtract 0.25 15 times. I'm going to use my calculator. 6 minus 0.25 times 15, and I think that I'm going to start at 2.25. So I think that my rule is 2.25 plus 0.25 times n minus 1. But, easy way to check this is in your calculator. Now let's plug in the rule and let's go to y equals, and we'll say, I think that it's 2.25 plus 0.25 times x minus 1. You have to use x in the calculator. Now I'll go to the table. What I'm going to do is scroll down to the terms that I know and see if they match what I think they should match. So at 16, I should have 6. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. So 6, 6.25, 6.5, 6.75, 7. So a sub 27, a sub 16 is 6. Awesome. So I know I did it right. If I have you write a geometric sequence, then you need to know how to write a geometric sequence. Geometric sequences work like this. A sub 1 times r, the common ratio, to the n minus 1. So this is how we find our geometric sequences. And this is kind of similar here. I don't know a sub 1. So I'm going to think, I know a sub 3 is 24. I don't know a sub 4. I know a sub 5 is 96. Usually, you can kind of guess and check your way through this, but there are more algebraic ways of doing it. But I kind of just am going to say, look, I think that this is going to be pretty nice. I think if I do 24 times 2, I get 48, and if I double that, I get 96. So a sub 4 is 48, and that tells me that each time I'm multiplying by 2, the common ratio is 2. You can use the common ratio now to work backwards, kind of like we did before. A sub 2 would be 12, and a sub 1 would be 6, so then I can write my formula. A sub n is the first term, 6, times the ratio, 2. I put that in parentheses, and I do n minus 1. But again, it's important that you go back now and look at this and see, does that actually fit the information that they gave me? So if I come into my calculator and type that rule in, 6 times 2 to the x minus 1, do I get the terms that they said I should? A sub 3, a sub 4, a sub 5, I know. A sub 3 is 24, good. A sub 4 is 48, good. A sub 5 is 96, awesome. And if I scroll up just to make sure, a sub 1 is 6. So I have all my terms, that means I have my rule. And that's it for your arithmetic and geometric sequence review. Now go ahead and take your checkpoint. Good luck.